Hi, everybody. Oh, shoot. There we go. Sorry, I had to start a different file. So, um, I want to start talking about what goes into making theater if you've never done it before. Like, if my student said, what is the first thing that you have to know about theater? If you ask 12 different theater professionals, you would end up with 12 different answers, and none of them would be wrong. They'd all be correct. For me, the most basic thing that you need is a space and a story, and people who really want to tell that story. So let's talk about spaces. You don't have to have a 900 seat proscenium theater with a fly loft and a fabulous lighting system and state of the art audio and projection to have a really great show. You just need a place to do it. You need a place for people to gather and watch and a group of people to perform. So, what do you have? If you're at a school, you probably have a gym, you have a cafeteria, you probably got some large classrooms, you might have a lecture hall. I've been in our school used to be a college, so it has quite a lot of large spaces, and we've done theater in quite a lot of them. Yeah, we did theater in our planetarium. Did a really fun show in our planetarium. But you don't have to have anything like that to do theater. Lots of schools, especially older ones, have the gymnatorium, where you've got the cafeteria combined with the gym, combined with the little stage and auditorium for uh, presentations. They weren't probably designed for full theatrical productions, but that doesn't mean you can't do them there. You've got lecture halls with have stepped seating, makes a great place to perform. Recital halls, if you have access to recital halls. Um, m- Many colleges with music programs have recital halls that can be rented out. Churches worked for a theater that their theater ran out of the fellowship hall of the church, a very large church. They had a fellowship hall that was just a big empty room, and this theater company moved in and made it their home for quite a few years. Storefront theaters are everywhere, and they do amazing, intimate work that is really underappreciated. So if you know of a little storefront theater in your area, find them and go see their stuff. There's really nothing like sitting that far away from the actors and getting really involved in the show. So there are options. Don't feel like because you don't have a theater that you can't do theater. And I've never known that to stop anybody who really wanted to do a show. Um, so a place for people to gather, things for people to sit on, including bring your own. And in this particular era of doing theater in COVID, outdoor spaces are great. There are some beautiful outdoor spaces. Now that, depending on where you are, can be seasonally interesting, but um, people can be willing to bundle up certain times a year and go out and see an interesting activity. If you've ever done a traveling nativity, it's not dissimilar. So don't discount outdoor spaces even in cold weather. So let's see. I think I've touched on all of I'm trying to keep it fairly short, trying to keep it to about 5 minutes. I think I've touched on all of the stuff that I wanted to. Um, Again, don't let your lack of having a theater um, curb your enthusiasm or your desire to make something happen if you don't have access to a regular theater space. And that is my quickie 5 minutes on theater spaces. Once you find one, then there's lots of different things that you can do to make it work, depending on the show that you're doing, the number of people you have, the number of audience members you want to bring in. And again, if you talk to 12 theater professionals, you're going to find 12 different ways to go about doing this. And who's going to tell you to focus on what? It's going to depend on what their bent is and what their particular, how they came into theater and what their job in the theater is. They're going to have a different way of looking at it. So that's it for me for now. Thanks. Have a great night.